Hi guys, I'm HU04 Lachica and welcome back to my masterclass. No guys, I'm just kidding. I'm HU04 Lachica. I'm from HU04 and this is my book review. So I'm doing this book review for our 21st century literature class at FPU Alabang. So, book review, right? So, the book I'm about to review is none other than Ron Chernow's biography of one of the founding fathers of the United States of America, Alexander Hamilton. Well, the genre of the book is obviously a biography, so let's just dive into the plot of the book. So, the work explores the life and death of Alexander Hamilton. It discusses his birth as an immigrant in the Caribbean with a dead mother and a father who had abandoned him at a very young age. It also tells us on how he escaped to the United States simply by writing an essay about a hurricane that destroyed his own town. It also discusses the struggles of an immigrant in the U.S. and how his perseverance and bare intellect made him one of the most important and iconic political figureheads out there today. It also discusses how Hamilton met his friend, enemy, Aaron Burr, who ends up shooting him. Sorry for the spoiler, but that's history. So let's move on. It also explores his close friends like Lafayette, John Lawrence, Hercules Mulligan, and many others. They all collectively fought for the same common goal, which is freedom. Freedom from the oppression of the UK. So, of course, Hamilton may have some friends, but along the way, he also made some enemies. So, some of these are George Eacher, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison. Along with following the life of Hamilton, it also follows the life of his wife, Eliza Schuyler, the daughter of Senator Philip Schuyler, along with briefly discussing her siblings, most prominently her sisters Angelica and Peggy Schuylers. So, Hamilton was also the U.S. Treasurer at that time. He was also the founder of the National Bank, Wall Street, the Post Guard, and the U.S. Post. So, the author captured Hamilton's loud, brash, and intellectual attitude with an artistic flair and put it into the book. It also discusses his role in the war under General George Washington and his desire to continue moving forward. The duo had many conflicts with each other, but in the end, they were both considered close allies and friends. Chernow depicts that relationship between Burr and Hamilton perfectly. He also tells us of duels which were very common in that time period as a symbol of strength and bravery. Hamilton got in among numerous duels which closely ties to his personality. His son, Philip Schuyler, also died in a duel which was arguably Hamilton's fault because of his wrong advice. So, this eventually leads to his ultimate fate as previously mentioned earlier. So, moving on, Maria Reynolds, a woman Hamilton had an affair with, is also examined. The repercussions were discussed in depth, like the Reynolds pamphlet, which caused an immense amount of backlash to Hamilton. So, in the end, the book finally comes out to a close with the death of Alexander Hamilton in a duel with Aaron Burr due to the fact that Hamilton endorsed his enemy Jefferson over his friend during the 1800 election for presidency. Burr fatally shot Hamilton near the lower abdomen. So in the end, Hamilton is leaving Eliza to carry on his legacy. And that's the whole book of Ron Chernow. So, the part I enjoyed the most, I guess that's the part where Hamilton used the power of his writing to rise up from the slums up until being a political figurehead. That astonished me on how a simple power of fighting can change your whole world and your perspective on how things works and how things are done. So I really encourage you to read The Life of Alexander Hamilton. It's only a 500-page book. You may not find it in National Bookstore, but you may buy it online on Amazon, or you can just text me up or something like that if you want a copy. And yeah, if we are going to analyze the book, the best approach maybe is maybe we can pick is score system, in which we can objectively analyze the book with the use of bases from the past. Okay, so we can use this book written in 2004 to describe 21st century literature, because in the life of Alexander Hamilton, he was an immigrant. He rose from nothing to something. That's like poetry. That's like literature. It was nothing, but it started from nothing, and somehow evolved into something unimaginable, like Hamilton's life. So I guess that's the book review. So one last part before I end this. So my best experience and lessons I have learned in 21st century literature, maybe it's during the time we are having discussions, having arguments with Miss Camille. I really enjoy that part, because that promoted everyone to speak up their minds on how they perceive these kinds of literature, and how they perceive things, on how we can share and barter ideas with each other. I think that's the most enjoyable and memorable part of 21st century literature class at FU Alabang. I will surely miss this class, but I will always keep in mind on what I learned here. I guess that's it. Thanks for listening, and goodbye. God bless FU Alabang, and God bless me.